Today I'm just going to kind of give you guys an update on my life so far and my 2-month post-op knee surgery. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Kimmy. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and please like, and yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so first off, I moved to Iowa in 2017. For those that don't know and that are new, I moved here with my fiance at the time. No, actually, he was my boyfriend at the time. Josh and I met in California, and he's in the military, and we ended up being PCS'd here to Nebraska, but we live in Iowa. Long story. So we have been here for like almost 2 years now, I think it is. Yeah, almost 2. So basically I did not like it here when I first got here. I really was used to being in the city. So I kind of got a little bit depressed, but I was never really like diagnosed with like any kind of depression or anything like that. But I do get sad because when I moved here, my mom was still in California, my family's all there, and I was just like, I am on my own out here. I didn't know his family too well at that time, and so I started warming up to it. We bought our house last year, and it's pretty decent. We have a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. Currently my mom lives in our spare, which is fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. So, we have 3 dogs and a cat and 2 fish. So we kind of have our hands tied. We all work. So yeah, I just so happen to work in our little town, so I can keep an eye on like our dogs and stuff. So, lately I just been kind of like trying to figure out things to do to keep me busy. I started painting again. I don't know if you guys have seen, but recently I started trying to build Josh's military wall in our living room. So as kind of like a little, like a memento for him. I started like putting our house together a lot more. We have our furniture more now, and we still have a lot of updating to do on this house because this house is really, really old. So I'm trying to like get some ideas and like work on it and everything. And our foundation needs to be repaired and our installation, so that way we're ready for the next winter, because winters here are tough, y'all. They are tough. If you do not live, if you don't live in states that get a lot of snow or even like a snowstorm at all, then you have no idea what it's like to live in one. This past winter was really like freezing cold. Like my mom's car even didn't work. Like her car didn't work for like a day and a half because it was just, the battery had like basically been drained because it was just so freezing cold. And so once it like warmed up, we were able to get it jumped and working again. So it was pretty much good because we recharged it up. So when it came to like the proposal and planning the wedding, a lot of my planning did not go how I wanted it to go. A lot of things that I wanted to happen didn't happen in certain ways that I wanted it to be. But that was because right up to the end, like after rehearsal dinner, I had like no control over anything anymore. So I basically just had control over like where everybody was going to be at, where everybody was getting dressed at, like ready, what time things were supposed to happen, and where everything was going down. So I didn't do a whole lot at the end, but in the beginning of the wedding planning was really stressful and really difficult for me, but that was because a lot of it was that my best friend was in a different state. Actually, multiple of my best friends were in a different state, so they couldn't be more hands-on with me. And so like 5 of my bridesmaids came from, actually 4 came from, no, that was a lie. 3 of them came from the from California. I think it was 3. I don't know. Yeah, because one of my friends' boyfriend came with her. So yeah, it was them. Sorry, he is my friend too. So they came from there. My sister came from the East Coast. And then I had one bridesmaid here in town with me. Well, she doesn't live in town with me, but she's closer to me. So she helped a little bit too. And so what they did was, so they did plan the bachelorette party and stuff together, and like all the speeches and everything. So all of that went good, and it was really good and nice to see all of my friends and everything, because it was the pick-me-up I needed, because I was like feeling so alone out here. There is nobody in our town that is our age, really, other than like Josh's friends from like way back when. But there's no young teenage girls that, well, I wouldn't say teenage girls. I'd say young 20-year-old girls that are like close to my age and close to something that I am similar like to do. Because I'm a city girl. I hate to admit it, but I am a city girl. And I like to be in the city. Josh does not. I just really have lost who I am a lot. I'm kind of tearing up talking about this. And it's kind of spilling over, and I'm just really down about myself. And I don't feel as confident as I did when I lived in California. And I'm trying to, but it's just really difficult. And the way that he works, he's not able to be at my beck and call like every 5 seconds, you know, and which is fine. Like, I'm 25, time to grow up. But at the same time, I'm just really not cut out for living way out here, and I'm trying my best. I do love that I have like my animals and stuff, and they kind of comfort me. Whenever I just need a good cry, Sandy will come over and just like nudge me and like, okay, Mom, you can hold on to me. So that's really comforting. But for the most part, I just really am trying to not be bored. I'm trying to keep busy. As soon as we can, we're going to start painting our house. We've basically got our bedroom set. We've got everything that we want in it, because our room is kind of small, so we can't really have like extravagant stuff. So it's just a lot to take in. So I'm hoping that when we get started on painting and working on our house, that will distract me enough to want to do that more and not really focus on the bad side. And really, it just really boils down to that I just really miss my friends like so much that it makes me want to like break down and cry like right now. And I know that I'm missing out on so much that they're getting to do. And like my cousins, my family, my grandma, everybody over there, you know, like it's just so painful to know that, you know, this is how it has to be, at least for now, until Josh decides to get out, or until like, you know, we have time to go back there. Because currently Josh is military and he can't just say, oh, let's go to California for a couple of days, you know. he has to get special permission to do that, and I know it's tough to get sometimes, so we just make the best of it. And he gave me the option if I wanted to stay in California or if I wanted to come, and I chose to come because if I was going to be with him, I needed to be able to actually be with him. Like, I signed up for this, you know, when I became his girlfriend. I knew what it entailed, and I knew that it was possibility that he could go away or get deployed or whatever. Luckily, he and I have not gone through a deployment together, which is very, very, very rare in the military, that you can go your entire relationship and not have a deployment. Josh and I will be together almost 3 years in October, and then we'll be married a year in December. So the longest that we've been apart is 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And that was when I went to California to help my mom move here. I know it's crazy, but that's how it's been. I mean, when we first started dating, we were apart like a couple days at a time or so, because, you know, but since living together, because we moved in together 6 months after dating. Don't do that now unless you really know that is for you, okay? I knew he was for me, so that's why, okay? And I know that, like, me saying that I'm Christian, that you guys, or like a few of you guys are going to be like, no, that's not how this works. You can't do that before blah, blah, blah. But trust me, I was okay. So I just really needed to work on my struggles. I still, like I said, I still struggle with it a lot. Most don't know, but I don't drive. That's why Josh is always driving. I drive around my little town just because, like, it's easier and less stressful. Everywhere that we go, we have to be on the Interstate 4. So I'm not trying to do all of that right now. But I am working on my license since it is springtime. I did try to get it in California, but California's, because they have so much crucial laws with driving, that it was just very difficult for me to understand it. I don't talk about this, but I do suffer from an auditory processing issue, which has a lot to do with hearing. And I have a comprehension problem, which means when I read stories, I have no idea what the hell I read. Nothing. So that also has a lot to do with me being depressed right now. The fact that, like, every time I go to take a test, which I haven't taken one here yet, but every time I've taken a test, I don't know what I'm doing or what I'm reading. So I bomb tests. So I've either missed the test by like 1 or 2 questions, because you're only, I think after 18, you're only allowed to miss like 6 or 7. I don't know what it's like here. So yeah, so I think once I get my license and get everything going, I will be much more happier, and I'll be able to go and do what I want, and I won't always be stuck here at home. My mom has an automatic and Josh has a manual, and I've been practicing on my mom's automatic, and I practice on Josh's too, but I think in order to do the manual, I need to be more experienced at driving. Excuse me, I keep burping. I don't know why. I apologize, but so yeah. So that's an update on my life. I'm gonna try to really just keep it together. But sometimes I just need a hug, and sometimes I let it boil over into mine and his relationship, and I shouldn't let that. But he knows my feelings on this. He knows that I'm struggling, and he's trying to help me. There's just nothing that he can physically do right now because we cannot move. He has to stay here. So, yeah. So I know he's trying. That's it. But sometimes I just need that hug and just to be told that everything's gonna be okay, and I promise. You know. So that's an update on my life. Sorry if it got a little winded or whatever. But, oh man, I'm like tearing up thinking about it. I'm just trying to like keep it together, but anybody who is in the military, you know that moving is the hardest part, especially if you live in the state that your family lives in and you see them 24/7 and you're close to them. You know it's the hardest. You know it's the hardest when your man deploys, when they have to leave for trainings, anything. But there is going to be a video that is coming in, I want to say late June, early July probably, that you guys will want to watch. It is about me and Josh, and you will want to see that. By the way, if you see me in videos or pictures not wearing my ring, don't worry. We are married still. I just had to turn in my ring because it needs to go to the jewelers. Well, it is at the jewelers. My ring is always changing shape. It forms to my finger. So anytime I like lay my hand down flat, it flattens out. So it needed to be reshaped. So I went ahead and told them, fix it. So yeah. Now feel free to take a snack break right now. I know I'm probably rambling, but oh well. If you want to watch this video on my knee update, keep watching. So there's an incision, and then there's an incision right there. I am able to bend my knee. I'm able to straighten my knee. I can't bend it straight back. Kind of like if you grab your ankle and you pull up, I can't do that. I can't sit crisscross applesauce. I am not allowed to run yet. I have not been cleared to run. I can walk in the store the whole time. I walked around in Walmart. I walked around in a Super Target, which, by the way, Super Targets are huge. Hence, super. But the ones here are like 3 Walmarts into one. Anyways, so I can walk around the stores. I can go on long walks. I can work. I went back to work this month around the 6th. Yeah, I went at the 6th. And I got cleared to do whatever. I do still have to do PT. I do that twice a week. I actually haven't gone last week, I think, and this coming week I probably won't, just because I've been so busy and everybody's schedule is not connecting. So yeah. I do have pain. It is not terrible pain. It is just pain of like, oh, I've just been on it too long. My hip does hurt a little bit. And then when I walk, a lot, my knee buckles. And that I was told that is because it's still kind of weak and it's strengthening itself. I don't use the crutches at all. I got off the crutches, I want to say maybe 2 weeks before I went back to see the doctor on the 6th. Probably a week before. Yeah, a week before, because I felt like I was really strong then. I was on crutches for a month. Yeah, a month. Can you believe that? I absolutely hate crutches. I'm 2 months out post-surgery. I go back in July for the final check, so I should be good to go then. I just been going to the gym now, and I've been working it out, and walking on the treadmill helps, and doing the incline helps. I can't go downhill or uphill still, but walking, I'm getting it. I do still walk with a little bit of a limp too, so it's not too terrible, but yeah. So that is a little update on my knee, and I hope to see you guys back here watching my videos. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you. Bye.